Hello everyone, and we are live.
Hey.
Welcome to episode 37 of my Friday night live stream series, where I'm joined by three fantastic guests tonight. First up, we have Mike from Tshizzle.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hey up.
And next up, we have Nigel, Rockgod 2004.
Hey up. He's up. Not fair.
And lastly, we have Jackson from Horsetooth Cinema.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hope you're doing well.
Doing
And
great.
he's on the beer.
I am on the beer.
Lucky fucker, eh?
It's an IPA.
We've got-
IPA.
We've got water, coffee, beer, and fucking water again.
Yeah.
So what beer is it, Jackson? What beer are you drinking?
This is I forget the name of it. It's a relatively local IPA. I think it's called like. This is just an Odell IPA. That's what it is, which is local. But yeah, Odell.
It looks very nice.
It is very
It
nice.
Awesome. And of course, thank you guys all so much for joining me again tonight. I really do appreciate it as always.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for having us on again, mate.
No worries, always great to have all of you on.
Same here.
And before we get into the comments, what have we all been watching recently? Mike, would you like to go first?
Yes. Today I watched When a Stranger Calls, the 2006 remake, which was
Oh, okay.
very good. I enjoyed that one. I watched Lethal Weapon, the first one.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I watched a 90s action film called The Jackal with Bruce Willis and Richard Gere.
Good film.
Yeah, I love that one. And Steven Seagal's Hard to Kill.
Oh, that's a good one. One of my favourites,
Yeah.
2 minutes ago filmed that one.
Oh, wow. Yeah, really good, that one.
I've seen more talented snails.
Awesome stuff, Mike. Great watches there. And
you.
Nigel, what about yourself?
Oh, you're going to be pleased with what I've watched here.
Nice.
You've probably seen some of them, but
Mhm.
because I did go through a couple of these on Jackson's the other night. I
Right.
got the US Jaws 2 disc finally came through with the slip.
Awesome.
God, did I enjoy that again?
Wow.
I only watched it last week on the limited one. Loved it again. I love
Yeah.
that film.
I need to revisit. I mean, I like it probably more than the average audience member does, but I need to. It's been like a few years since I've gone back to it for sure.
I don't know. It is either my favourite or one of my favourite sequels ever. I
Yeah.
absolutely
Awesome.
love it. 3 hour.
I kind of like 3. 3's fun.
Oh, it's terrible though. Both orphan films.
Oh,
Nice.
Good.
Oh, wow.
I have got the first one on DVD, but it was fantastic rewatching it. The second one, I don't know, the parts of it's like sort of like a dark comedy, but they were both
Oh,
great.
okay.
I loved them both. This was amazing. Breakdown.
Oh,
yes.
What a film that was, which Del Boy very kindly sent me.
That was awesome
Um,
to do that, definitely.
And then I watched the theatrical cut because I've not seen it for years of Halloween 6
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Awesome.
in that box set. So I'm going to watch the producer's cut next before I move on to H2O. But I actually really enjoyed it.
Do you
Yeah.
prefer the producer's cut or?
I think I do. That's why I've watched the theatrical one first, and I'm pretty sure there's more in the producer's cut. It makes makes more sense, type of thing.
That's actually one I haven't seen yet, so maybe I'll do what I did with Alien 3 and just watch the theatrical first and then the producer's cut after that.
I would.
But,
I would. Yeah, that's the way I'd do it. If you haven't seen either one of them, either both or one of them, yeah. Start with the theatrical and then compare them, see which one you like.
Okay.
US version of Pulp Fiction to go with me US Resi Dogs.
Nice.
Nice.
This looked stunning,
Yeah.
and I
Awesome.
thoroughly enjoyed it. And
Yeah.
literally about quarter of an hour before we started, I have just finished, and this only turned up today.
Oh,
Another US one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
There you go.
very nice. Awesome film.
So that's another Tarantino on US
I've
I've
seen
got
that one, yeah.
off the list. However, it didn't have the Blu-ray,
Oh,
Oh,
which I knew,
okay. Oh,
Oh,
but I got it for a tenner
okay.
that's
and free
fair.
postage. So
Oh, okay.
if anybody sees a Region A or US Blu-ray of that, can they let me know so I can snap it up and put it in there with that? And I think that's my lot.
Awesome. Some great watches there, Nigel. Some really
Thank you.
iconic films there.
And I enjoyed every one of them.
Awesome. I still need to see Jaws 2 though, so I'll definitely have to give that a watch.
You've never seen Jaws 2 ever?
No.
I used to watch it on TV all the time. Like if I was sick from school, I would just go look for it. I was like that was like a go-to for me.
I wish they'd do like an extended cut, because in the US, when it originally came on TV, they did extra scenes. I think they're on the deleted scenes on the disc, but they actually put them in the film for the running time because of I don't know if they cut any bits out or what. But they did the same with Halloween 2 as well. So I don't know what it is, but in America they always get these TV cuts, and we never get anything like that. The best one I've seen TV cut wise is The Warriors.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
The beginning of that is totally different. It's amazing.
100%, I agree. Definitely. And Jackson, what have you been watching recently?
Yeah, so I went through quite a bit of what I was watching on my channel, so I won't repeat myself too much, but I do want to definitely give a mention to the fact that I watched Wild Things with Leon and Josh.
Nice.
What a film that is. There's like a twist every 10 minutes on average if you calculate it. So, but it's I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a ton of fun.
Had you not seen it before?
No, that was my first time watching it. Yeah. Mm.
You watched it with those two?
Yes.
Could you fucking hear anything?
Leon was really trying his best to be quiet, and because I think he wanted us to experience all the twists. So he actually did a pretty good job.
Leon couldn't keep quiet with a fucking gun to his head. Gobshite.
Leon, you're my boy. But that was a ton of fun. And then I watched I rewatched because my fiance wanted to watch it. We watched Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Nice.
I hadn't seen it in years, and I still liked it, but I remember I didn't like it as much as I used to. I feel like the songs are kind of like there's just way too many of them. They keep throwing them at you, and it never really feels like the film is comfortable, like just kind of sitting there and breathing. But the first 40 minutes of it, I really like. So I definitely still enjoyed it. And then I did a couple of other rewatches. One was Sorcerer over at my local theater. I got to have an opportunity to show it there, and really great time. But one little thing with it is, so because it's an English language film, the theater didn't realize when I requested to show it there that it was that the first 15 minutes of it takes place or has multiple languages spoken. So for the French section of the film, which if you've seen it is quite long, 10-15 minutes, there were no subtitles, and it's just people talking in French. And there was one person that left because they were convinced that the whole movie was going to be in French. So a little bit of a mess up on both my part and the theater's part because I just totally forgot about that, to be fair. But the audience really enjoyed it afterwards because it is really, really thrilling once you get to that stuff with the truck.
Awesome.
And then I rewatched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Wanted to finally show Renee, and she enjoyed it. She's not as big of a fan as I am, but I'm glad she enjoyed it anyway. And then late last night I caught up with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. which I wasn't huge on, to be fair. Like I can see why people are liking it. There were a lot of like references to the games that I enjoyed, but I just kind of felt like the story itself, like the movie itself, didn't stand on its own that much compared to the game. But
Yeah.
It was, there were parts of it that were enjoyable for sure.
Awesome.
And,
Some
that's it for me,
awesome
yeah.
watches there, Jackson. Really cool
Oh.
films there.
I'm glad you mentioned that, going to the cinema to see Saws. I forgot. I went last Saturday to see Jaws with
Oh,
Sam.
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't
Forgot
you?
to mention that one.
Yeah.
I bet it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah, indeed.
Jaws
Press
and
the
Beers is
tumbleweed.
fun. I got to do that like 4 years ago or so, and it's a totally different experience. It's really, really fun.
Isn't it just? That's
Yeah.
exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I will grab any opportunity I can to go and see it on the big screen. It's if it comes round, I'll think, yes, I'm going. If I can get there, I will.
Yeah.
In 3D last year was amazing.
The original in 3D, or
Yeah, it looked
okay.
absolutely stunning.
I was gonna say, I actually at some point I do want to watch Jaws 3 in 3D, because I've always like looked at those like really long bad effect shots, and I'm like, this could actually be kind of fun in 3D, but this looks awful just on its own.
Yeah.
Oh, they still look bad, but at least when you see the arm,
Right.
at least it is coming out at you. So
Exactly.
it does improve it.
Mhm.
But there
That
is some
sounds
really,
quite
really
fun.
good 3D effects in it, though.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Great stuff there. And as always, before we get into the comments, links in the description to all these guys' channels and Mike's Instagram as well. So give them all a follow and a sub, because they're all
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No worries. And
Have you told us what you've watched yet?
Oh, no, I haven't. I forgot about that.
I was like, are you just skipping yourself, or?
Cheers, Nigel. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, I've watched quite a bit this week as well. Watched Avatar: Way of the Water for the first time in 4K.
Wish I'd never reminded him.
I actually really enjoyed it. Thought it was a lot of fun. Probably better than the first one, to be fair, I thought.
I agree.
Then I watched Carry On Sergeant for the first time, the first Carry On film. And yeah, that was hilarious. Really, really enjoyed it. Especially with training sequences, they were hilarious.
The very first Carry On film, and it's so clean with no smut. It's ridiculous, but it's still funny.
It is, yeah, definitely. 100% agree. It's fantastic, to be honest. And I also watched an absolute belting film recommended to me by Nigel, and that is Murphy's Law. What a film that is. So good.
It's so underrated, that.
It is. Charles Bronson is so good.
I'll have to watch that. I heard you guys saying, maybe one or both of you saying it's like up there with Death Wish for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
100% is.
Absolutely, I agree. Yeah, but it's got a little bit of comedy in.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. This lasso is with this, Kathleen Wilhoit out of
Roadhouse and.
Yeah, she's the one who sings "Knock on Wood" in Roadhouse on
I haven't
the
seen
stage.
Roadhouse, but yeah.
Bloody hell! What else is she in? She's in something else.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, fuck, what is it?
I can't think, but she's in a few things.
Yeah.
I think if you've seen her face, you'd probably recognise her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But if you get the chance to watch that, watch it.
We'll do.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
100%. Highly recommend it. Fantastic. Then I watched another amazing film called Law Abiding Citizen, which was really, really good.
What a film!
Probably Gerard Butler's. Well, no, not probably is Gerard Butler's best performance in my opinion, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah,
brutal, isn't it?
It is brutal.
It is brutal.
Definitely. So well done, though. What a film!
Is he Scottish?
I think he is.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like he's.
So.
Yeah, I feel like he's from the UK, but I always see him doing American accents, and the movie's not always the best, but he always does them really well. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you seen it, Jackson?
No, I haven't seen that one. No.
Have you, Mike? Law-abiding citizen.
I've seen it.
Did you think it was brutal? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it. I only watched it like once, but I enjoyed it though for the first time. Yeah.
Awesome.
I won't give it away, but there's a bit in a prison in the cell. That was the bit that got me. Oh Jesus!
Oh.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, 100%. And the last film I watched was 10 to Midnight, also starring Charles Bronson, which was also very good. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Really fun 80s slasher film. Thought it was really entertaining.
Awesome.
I was going to say, I have seen that once, but it was in the 80s when it was out on rental. I don't remember a thing about it. Is it a slasher film?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Because I know Scream Factory released it. And I thought, Charles Bronson's done a slasher film.
Oh, no, yeah, sort of a bit weird for him, to be fair, to be in a slasher film, because you wouldn't associate him with that type of role usually.
No, that's what I thought. But yeah, I would really like to see it again, actually.
Does he play the slasher villain, or is he more like somebody who's being stalked and needs to help other people or something?
I think he's a cop, isn't he?
He's a cop, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that works then. I mean, I could see him. I mean, he's usually like a vigilante type guy, but I can see him playing.
Yeah, true.
He's a cop in Murphy's Law as well, actually.
Okay.
He is, yeah. And yeah, 2 really good films. Highly recommend both of them. 100%.
Awesome.
And let's get into the comments. So first up, we've got Josh here. Hello, mate. Saying, hey boys, how we doing? Have any of you seen Election with Reese Witherspoon? One of the funniest comedies ever. I have seen that film, yes, Josh, and it's really good actually. I really enjoyed it. Matthew Broderick is really good in that film as well, to be fair. Really fun high school comedy film. Really enjoyed it. What about you, Mike? His face again.
I think it's frozen.
His internet's not doing well tonight.
No worries.
I know. It's freezing again.
No worries.
No,
Kinda
I've
got
not
you back
seen
here.
that, sorry. The Election, no. Yeah.
No worries, Mike. What about you, Nigel?
No, never even heard of it.
No worries, Nigel. What about you, Jackson?
I haven't seen it, but I really want to. For one, just all the reasons you mentioned, Scott. That Reese Witherspoon and Matthew Broderick are really good, but also just I love the poster. Poster's just like Reese Witherspoon's face with her face in her mouth. It's very weird, but I do want to check it out.
Yeah.
I think Jackson's getting ready for his move over here. There, you mentioned Reese Witherspoon. He's finding the cheap pubs.
Did I say that?
You said Reese Witherspoon. I was like, are you sure you're not already over here? You're getting like £2 pints.
I actually I've been to Wetherspoons because we had it in Ireland. Yeah, because that's where I went to college in Ireland, and so I used to.
Oh,
go there
right.
Yeah, it's very, very cheap. I'll say that.
It's on his mind already. Look, Reese Witherspoon, get me over there for the beer.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we have Leon Talks Film here. Hello, Leon.
God.
And he says, I have to ask, already know Jackson's answer, but what's your opinion on Forrest Gump? Love it. Fantastic film. Great acting from Tom Hanks, and just one that I grew up watching. Really, really enjoy that film. What about you, Mike?
I wasn't keen on it. It wasn't for me at all. I know it's like one of the best Tom Hanks films going, but it wasn't for me. Sorry.
No worries. That's fair enough. Can understand that. What about you, Nigel?
Do you know what? I saw it at the cinema, and I think I've saw it on video once, and I don't own it, but I actually thought it was a great film. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
However, I think Leon Talks Film needs to go and change that and knock a film off, and maybe put and change it to a fuckload or bullshit. But no, I really enjoyed it. I've ummed and ahed about getting it, and I've thought, I think Laura might have it on DVD or Blu-ray, but it's not a film I've ever bought. But I enjoyed seeing it at the cinema when it first came out.
Awesome stuff, Nigel. Glad you enjoyed it. And Jackson, what about yourself? What's your thoughts on Forrest Gump?
I don't like it. I don't like Forrest Gump, but I totally understand why it works for people. It's just for me, I just think it's way too like sentimental about the whole situation. I just can't connect to it, but totally understand why people kind of view it as a classic. Yep.
That's fair enough. No worries, Jackson.
Does anybody know what Tom Hanks's first film was?
I can't remember.
Is it Splash or no?
Before that?
Before that.
I don't.
Was it The Burbs?
No,
No,
long
that's
before
no
that. It's a slasher film. It's called He Knows You're Alone.
That's
Okay.
it. Yeah, I have heard of that before. Yeah.
It's about somebody going around murdering brides to be.
Oh,
Wow.
if you
Like,
said it before, Nigel.
Is it what? Sorry.
If you said it before.
Yeah, I've got it on Blu-ray.
Oh, awesome. Is it any good?
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Oh, cool.
The killer's creepy as fuck. He's horrible, but you do find out why he's doing it and stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds really good, to be fair. I'll have to give that one a watch. And what was that you going to say? Sorry, Jackson.
1 second. I just gotta I gotta step out for a second, but I'll be back.
No worries, that's cool. And we've got Danny Dukes here. Hello, mate. Good to see you here.
Yeah.
And he says, so pure.
Hi, Danny.
If you had a film made about your life, who would you have in the film? Oh, that's a tough one.
Wow.
That is a tricky one.
Yeah,
What a hell of a question that is.
it's
Yeah.
a great question.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know. It's an hard one.
I don't know who I'd want to play me, to be honest.
That is a good question.
I don't know an actor that really has like my sort of mannerisms, to be honest. I really can't think of anyone. Nah, sorry, I can't think. What about you, Mike?
Same with you. It's a really hard question, that one. But
No worries, Mike. Yeah, it is really difficult, to be fair. Nigel?
if he was a bit younger, I'd probably say Chubby Brown. Or if he was still here, Rick Mail. God. I'm not a fan. But because of his personal life, sometimes, at times, maybe he's Robin Williams.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, be cool, yeah.
Not the comedy part. Just like, I know he wasn't in a great place. That's a toughie. But I would also want Iron Maiden in it as well.
That'd be cool. Yeah, 100%. Great choices there, Nigel. What about you, Jackson?
I'm really drawing a blank here. I think the problem for me is that I'm fairly young and I can't really think of an actor like my age who I really love in that way. So I don't know. I'd have to think about that for a long time. That's a great question, though.
It is.
Get a lot of makeup on them, and you need to have either Keanu Reeves or Johnny Depp because you're so fucking nice.
That's a good point, to be fair, but I agree, Nigel.
Thank you. That's a compliment.
No worries. And we got Josh saying Forrest Gump, the appropriate title. Oh, I disagree.
Okay, I
Would you
know,
watch that before or after? After Dump.
I know for a fact too that Josh hasn't seen it because he said that in the group chat. So
Oh,
Yeah.
well, he can't comment then if he hasn't
exactly.
seen it. Watch the film first, Josh. And we got Sam saying, love Forrest Gump, one of my favourite films. Awesome stuff, Sam. Glad you enjoyed it. And we've got Wednesday here. Hello, mate. Good to see you.
Hey,
here.
up.
Hey.
And we've got Sam saying, watched Ball last night, a pretty solid British revenge drama. Also saw Enter the Dragon yesterday, which was awesome. Awesome stuff, mate. Really glad you enjoyed Enter the Dragon. One of my favourite films of the 70s. I grew up watching it when I was a kid. So many iconic fight scenes with Bruce Lee, obviously, and just a fantastic film. Ball,
Damn you.
I haven't... That's it. That was a good impression, to be fair, and I enjoyed that. But I haven't seen Ball yet, but I have heard it's actually really good, so I do want to check it out at some point, definitely. What about you, Mike?
Oh, shit, that's a Jack Nicholson smile if ever I saw one.
but I can't remember who it was though. But I think it was really good. I've seen not the full films, but I'll have to give it a rewatch at some point.
Yeah.
Yep, awesome. No worries, Mike.
Yeah.
What about you, Nigel?
Never seen Enter the Dragon, nor do I ever want to, and I've never even heard of Bullshit.
No worries, Nigel. What about you, Jackson?
I'll be honest, when I read Bull, my mind went to Bull Durham initially, the Kevin Costner. I think it's Kevin Costner, like the baseball movie. Maybe it's not Kevin Costner, but anyway. But I haven't seen that, and then I also haven't seen Enter the Dragon, but I really want to. I feel like I should have been into that kind of stuff when I was a kid, because I used to do Taekwondo, but I should have been more into martial arts movies, but definitely want to check it out now.
Awesome. Hope you enjoy it, Jackson. Have we got Josh saying watch Project X last night, one of the weirdest films ever, which is a huge party. Have you guys seen it? I have not seen it, but I have heard this one be quite an interesting film, to be fair, so I wouldn't mind giving it a go at some point. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. Yeah, it's a really good film. It's like
Awesome.
it's like it's crazy throughout the film. What happens in that?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Really glad you enjoyed it, Mike. Great to hear.
Yeah.
What about you, Nigel?
Never heard of it. Another one of Josh's long list of films that I've made up.
No worries, Nigel. What about you, Jackson?
I haven't seen this one. I know the poster is just a guy passed out in a lawn with like one of those American like red cups next to him or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'll check it out at some point.
Awesome stuff, Jackson. Have we got Danny saying please hit a like button? Thank you so much, Danny. Really appreciate that, mate.
I would, but I haven't got one.
No worries, Nigel. Have we got David saying good evening, guys? This is going to be a good one. Thank you, David.
Thank you very much, sir.
And we've got Mike from
Mike, you big handsome bastard, yeah!
Hello, Mike. Hope you're doing well, my friends. Thank you for joining. And we've got Sam saying favourite war movie. For me, it's going to have to be Saving Private Ryan. Absolutely incredible war film. Again, also starring Tom Hanks. And the opening 30 minutes is just the most powerful and most horrible, brutal war stuff you're ever going to see in a film, and it's just so well filmed. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Just an amazing film. What about you, Mike?
Yeah. Same with you, Scott. 100%. Ryan. Yeah, one of the best.
Awesome. Good choice, Mike. What about you, Nigel?
Yeah, 7.
Jojo Rabbit, without any shadow of a doubt.
Oh, good choice. I do love Jojo Rabbit, to be fair.
Just
really
so different,
well.
and I just love the comedy take on it, and like and then it just switches like that absolute fucking lump in your throat. Tragic. It's just a fantastic film. I don't normally like war films, but that is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, 100%. I really do enjoy that film, to be fair. It's really funny in places as well.
It is. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Jackson?
I'd probably have to go with Come and See, the Russian movie. Yeah, it's. I don't know how soon I'll be watching it again because it is brutal. There's a section of about 30 minutes towards the end that I think is just one of the most like horrible things I've ever seen in my life. But no, it's just so well filmed, amazing characters. Yeah, I have to give it to Come and See.
Awesome, good choice, Jackson. I still need to see that film actually, but I've been hearing so many good things about it.
Just make sure that when you do it, like you clear out some time for the rest of your day to watch like SpongeBob or Toy Story or something, whatever you need to get back into a normal mood.
Yeah.
And what's that film called? Did you say, Jackson?
Come and See.
Come and See.
Yeah. I think it means like in Russian. I think the translation is closer to something like I no, actually I think it's I forget what the exact translation is, but it's close to that. It's the idea of it is like come and look at these atrocities, pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen it once, but the impact of it was so intense that I just have to give it to that. Yep.
Yeah, it sounds a bit nasty, that.
Oh yeah.
It does, yeah, definitely. Have we got Mike saying DJ Sammy G? Indeed.
In the house, stinging and a migging in an area.
And we've got Wednesday saying favourite comedy directors.
Ooh, it's a tricky one.
And he says one of his favourite is Albert Brooks.
Oh, he's good. He's really good. I've only seen a couple of his movies, but I like him a lot. Yeah.
I'm struggling to think of comedy directors off the top of my head.
I've got a couple I can think of.
I can't think of any.
No worries, Mike. What about you, Nigel?
I did have one. I forgot the fucker. Hopefully it'll come back to me.
Yeah, no worries. But what about you, Jackson?
So I've got a few in mind. One of them, I'll say Terry Gilliam. Even though not all of his movies are comedies, he did do like 2 of the Python movies, and those are fantastic. And there is a lot of comedy in even some of his other films, like Brazil. Like Brazil, even though it's a really dark film, has some really funny moments. Then I'll also say Mel Brooks. Blazing Saddles, especially. And then I've got to go with Albert Brooks as well. Albert Brooks, so the 2 I'm thinking of are Defending Your Life, which is a really good movie with it's himself, and I think is it Meryl Streep is in it? I'd have to check, but really, really kind of interesting premise. And then I also watched like a couple months ago Broadcast News, and that was so good. Yeah, definitely recommend checking that out.
Awesome. I've heard good things about that one, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. It's like a love triangle in a news studio, kind of, is the basic premise. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Great stuff there. Good choices, Jackson.
I've remembered.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I want to say either John Landis or John Hughes.
Oh, John Hughes, yeah.
With honourable mention to, I think his name's Gerald Thomas, who did the Carry On films.
Yeah. Good choices there, Nigel, definitely. And I forgot about John Hughes, but that is definitely going to be my pick for number 1. I love John Hughes. Weird Science.
Well, where are you going to say it? If I'd have said John Hughes, then to remind you.
Probably would have said it, but I honestly forgot about him, to be honest. But yeah, love these films so much. Obviously, Weird Science, Ferris Bueller's Day Off as well, and some other great classic
films. That's the worst thing he's ever fucking done.
Oh,
Ferris Bueller. I'm more like Uncle Buck and Great Outdoors type of person.
I love those as well, to be fair, though. All great
The
films.
Great Outdoors, Jesus, that is so funny.
Yeah, definitely. Love that
Take you for a ride on Suck My Wake. I cry laughing every time John Candy says that. It's what they called the boat, Suck My Wake.
Yeah.
And the bald-headed bear of Clare County.
Yeah. Really funny stuff.
Oh, dear. I'm easily pleased.
Planes, Trains and Automobiles as well.
Yeah. I fucking love that film.
I think that might be my favourite of his, to be fair.
Good call, Jackson, though. Blazing Saddles. Oh, my God. That is one of the funniest films ever.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I've watched that like probably 20 or 30 times since I was like 10 years old. Like, it's so good.
And you never stop laughing at it. It's funny every time you watch it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah.
Another good comedy director that I totally forgot about directed that, Mel Brooks. He's really good at comedy films. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Spaceballs as well. I really enjoy that one.
Yeah. There's another one other filmmaker I just thought of as well, and this is a guy that haven't seen too many of his films, but the two I have seen, I really enjoyed, and I want to watch more. Is actually Buster Keaton. Like I think his physical comedy is really really great. The General I've seen, and then maybe my favorite one out of those is a movie called The Navigator, which is basically like Imagine if Titanic was only an hour long, and the main character fights a swordfish at one point.
Oh, okay. I
It's pretty
haven't seen
fun.
Titanic, to be fair. So I don't know about
So
that.
Titanic on acid then.
A little bit. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome stuff. And we got Sam saying, if you could pick two actors to star in a film, who would they be, and what would the film be about? Another great question. That's tough. I would probably Sylvester Stallone, just because he's my childhood actor. Gotta go with him. Who else though? Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just think that would be really really fun, and obviously action film. I'll probably have Sylvester Stallone as a hero and maybe Schwarzenegger as a villain. I don't know if that would work, but I'll give it a go for sure. What about you, Mike?
Yeah. I've got two.
Awesome.
And Pedro Pascal in like a thriller, like a dark thriller, something like that.
Awesome. Who's the first actor?
Kid cut that internet is really, really bad.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not.
Gone again.
Oh dear.
I thought I might have settled down by now.
So did I, to be fair.
I don't know if you can hear me, mate, but why don't you try going off and coming back in again? That's sometimes sorted out.
Yeah, maybe try restarting it. Might do it.
Yeah, I'll try it now. See if it works.
Yeah,
awesome.
okay.
Yeah, what is that?
See you in a minute, mate. No worries.
Yeah.
See you in a minute, Mike. But what about you, Nigel?
If his memory was all right, I would have liked to see Jack Nicholson and Robert De Niro, and I would have Robert De Niro as a retired gangster and Jack Nicholson as a retired cop. I wouldn't have it as a comedy. I would have it as serious, and like maybe I don't know, De Niro maybe slipping back to his own ways, and Nicholson like sussing him out and going for him.
Mm-hmm.
If I could pick another one more modern, I've already watched one today, but I would love to see them two in another film together because they were fantastic. Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, that's a good choice.
They were fantastic in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So I'd like to see them be more of a duo team up in other stuff. I think they'd be fantastic together, like in more films, because they were great in that.
100% agree with you there, Nigel. They were fantastic in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Great choices there, Nigel. We'd definitely
thank you, sir.
Watch. No worries. And
I tell you what, I'm liking the sound of that Nicholson and De Niro one.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would watch that 100%. And what about you, Jackson?
So I was having trouble like trying to figure out how I would think about this, and one place that my mind went to was like films that I might like to see remade. And one of them, I actually love this film, but I think it's a silent film, so I think you could do a lot if you remade it into a talkie. Is Metropolis from 1927, directed by Fritz Lang. It's a really cool like sci-fi kind of massive like world building kind of story. But I think I would like to see maybe like John Travolta as the kind of everyman protagonist character. And then I think, for the girl who gets turned into the robot, I would really like to see maybe like Sissy Spacek. She's really expressive, like especially her eyes, I think would work really well for that. So yeah, that'd be my pick.
Great choices there, Jackson. I like the sound of that, to be fair.
John Travolta's another one of my favourite actors. He is
Oh, yeah.
so
Fantastic.
underrated.
Oh yeah.
He is. He really
Absolutely
is.
fantastic. He is. I love him to bits. He's brilliant.
For sure.
Yeah, so good. I'm trying to think one of my favourite performances of his, actually, but I can't.
For me, it's definitely Blowout. Yeah,
That's
he's
good,
so
yeah.
good at Blowout. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that many. He's amazing in Carrie because he's just so dozy,
Yeah.
but he does it
Yeah.
so well.
I know. I kind of picked both, like, two actors from Carrie to go for this.
But Sissy Spacek, another great one. She's
Oh,
she's
that was
amazing.
fantastic. I mean, like Carrie,
Yeah.
but also like Badlands by Terrence Malick. Like that's
Yeah.
a great performance. Yeah.
That's a good film, yeah.
But I also think Travolta's great in Face Off and
Yeah.
and Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I actually really like him in Grease as well. Guilty Pleasure, but I love Grease.
It's one of mine as well, actually.
Yeah. So much fun.
But Saturday Night Fever is an amazing film.
I really need to check that out.
watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you still not seen it?
No.
Nah.
Oh my God, he's fantastic. He's absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
There's one little scene in it. I can't tell you what it is, but it's at the dinner table. He says something, and the girl who's playing his little sister, you see her look around, start smiling. It's because John Travolta ad-libs and says something that he shouldn't have. And she looks at it and says, was he supposed to say that? You can see, but they left it in.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to watching it, to be fair. Sounds really good.
A brilliant film.
Awesome. And good to have you back, Mike, as well.
Cheers. I don't know what went on there.
Oh, loads better.
No worries. Yeah, internet's much better now, which is great.
Thanks.
And we got Windsor saying will never happen now, unfortunately, but I would love to see Philip Seymour Hoffman in a Safdie Brothers film. That would have been pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, especially because they, some of their films are about like people kind of spiraling out of control, and sometimes they deal with like drug addiction, which is something that Philip Seymour Hoffman actually struggled with in real life. So there could be that kind of interesting angle to it. Yeah, what a fantastic actor he was, though. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% agree. And we got Josh saying Jackson. Hey, my boy.
Good to see you, Josh. Thanks for tuning in.
Indeed, thank you, Josh. And we've got Red Romantics here as well. Hello, mate. Thank you for joining.
Good evening, sir.
And we've got James from Movie Bug here. Hello, James, mate.
Yeah.
Good to see you here.
Hey up.
And we've got Wenzo saying, rewatched Danny Hall today. So influential on many rom-coms. What are some of your favourite rom-coms? I haven't seen Annie Hall, to be honest, but I do need to see that. Favourite rom-coms? There's some... No, that's not a comedy, is it? Some kind of rom-com. Does About Time count as a romantic comedy,
Yep.
sort of? That's a great film. That would be up there, 100%.
What's that?
That's my fiance's favorite movie, actually. She made me
is
watch
it?
that like 2 weeks into dating her. Yeah, it's very good. I love it.
What is it?
About Time.
It's a rom-com, but with like a sci-fi angle to it. So basically, there's a guy who every male in his family has the ability to travel back in time, and he kind of uses that to help like start a relationship with this person that he's pursuing. Yeah.
Oh.
It's actually really good, to be fair.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. Yeah.
500 Days of Summer as well has got to be up there, 100%. Another great film. Pretty sure there's others as well. Love Actually, again, also really funny. Love watching that at Christmas time, obviously. Yeah, those are just some of the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. What about you, Jackson?
Definitely the Before trilogy. I know some of those are like a little bit more drama than comedy, but there's lots of funny moments in all of them. So I guess I'll have that count. And then and then this next one's less of a romance, maybe, just because the central romance is kind of weird. But Clueless, I love Clueless. Like it's
a good film.
Never fails to make me laugh. But yeah.
Awesome, great choices there, Jackson. What about you, Mike?
I can't think of any. Sorry, no. I don't know.
No worries, Mike.
No.
What about you, Nigel?
It's not usually my thing, but I know it's a musical, but I'm gonna say Grease.
Yeah, that works.
You can
Definitely.
count, yep.
Awesome choice. And we've got Mike saying Jackson getting drunk tonight. Give us an impression of a celebrity.
Maybe later on. I can't think of what's a celebrity I can do an impression of. Jesus. I'd have to think. I don't know. Maybe if you give me one, I can try. But
got any ideas, lads? Got any?
I can't do any impressions, mate.
I don't know.
I think.
Although, also, I have to point out, Mike, it's one beer. I don't think
I was going to say he's hardly fucking rat ass. He's only had one. Give it time.
Give me time.
Give it time. Yeah. What about Arnie? Arnold Schwarzenegger. That'd be funny.
Oh, let me think of a good line to say. Get to the chopper!
I like the abs.
They're not as big as Arnie's, but
Bring your toy back to the carpet.
Yeah. Put that cookie down now.
Is that Kindergarten Cop or
No,
no?
that's
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Kindergarten Cop was bring your toy back to the carpet.
Oh, right,
That was
yeah.
Kindergarten Cop.
And then he'd say, "Shut up."
You know what's interesting is Kindergarten Cop and Total Recall came out in the same year. Like those are two really, really good Arnold performances.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Have we got Tom on 80 here? Hello, Tom, mate. Thank you for joining. And we've got Sam saying, hi, guys. Hope you're doing well. Hello,
Yeah.
Sam, mate.
All right, Sammy G stinging and a minging in an area.
And we've got Josh saying, watch this cinematic masterpiece called Wild Things last week. So good. Oh, awesome, Josh.
Oh,
Really
I wonder why you
enjoyed
like that, you filthy little beast.
And,
I
Jackson,
absolutely fucking love that film.
It's so good.
It is so good. I agree.
I saw it at
Yeah.
the cinema, and my jaw was like, I did not even like the filth. It was like the twists, and I'm like, oh shit! I didn't have to expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one after the other, you think,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Like by the
Unreal.
time you recover from the one that you just saw, there's another one already. Like,
Then bang,
Yeah.
yeah, with another.
Yeah.
So well acted as well. I absolutely love it.
yeah.
I must say, I think that Wild Things is absolute quality.
Oh dearie lord.
What's your opinions on the film, Mike?
I've already got it.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I love that cover of it too. Yeah, I wish
Yeah,
that was like the
right.
default poster for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 4K limited edition of Arrow. So
Yeah.
yeah, really love it.
I do have the 4K limited edition Zavvi exclusive one. However, it's in a box out there and I can't be asked going and getting it. It's kind of like the original artwork with the two glasses on the front, but it's painted. It is a paint. It's not just a photograph.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
But that film is so entertaining. When I got it, I watched it. I watched the theatrical cut, and I enjoyed it that much. I then put the unrated one on straight afterwards, and my jaw dropped at what was, especially the bit at the end with the titles going.
Is that the difference? Because I've only seen the unrated cut, and I remember like the titles, like you keep watching after the credits, and
Yeah, and you see Denise Richards in a bit of an uncompromising position. Yeah, well, I'd never seen that before, and I went, "Holy shit! I've never seen this before."
No, yeah, definitely.
There's one for the wank bank.
You know, on streaming, the default version is still the theatrical cut because we were gonna watch it on Hulu or something like that, but we ended up watching a different version of it through different alternative seven C's methods. But but the unrated cut, I prefer that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I wonder why. I do.
Indeed. Have we got Ian Hill with Ramblings here? Hello, Ian. Thank you for joining. Have we reached grand time?
Hey up, Ian. How's this then?
Have we got Tom saying, yoy?
I thought it was you or Yui.
Yoy.
I said Geo then.
No. Have we got Tracy from Nerdy Film Girl here? Hello, Tracy. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for tuning in.
Hello. Haven't seen you for about 25 years.
25 years.
Well,
Yeah,
cool.
no, it's been a while, definitely. Have we got Sam saying, Jackson, I've never seen a source hoping to pick up on Blu-ray tomorrow.
Yeah, I would definitely do it if you can find it. Yeah, it's on Blu-ray. Do you guys know if there's been a 4K of it yet?
I don't think that
No,
has.
I feel like
Off
no,
the top
because
of my head.
so I watched the DVD of it the first time I saw it because that's all the video store in my town had, and then this transfer. I'm pretty sure we at the theater a couple nights ago we watched the Blu-ray of it because it looked better, but the sequence on the bridge with the truck in the rain and everything, the one that everybody talks about with Sorcerer. It mostly looks pretty good, but there's a couple of shots that are just a little bit too dark and grainy, and I wish I could see a little bit more. So I think it really could benefit from a 4K. Hoping somebody does that at some stage.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Have you seen Sorcerer before, Mike?
The name rings a bell, but I've not seen it.
No.
Yeah, it's the freaking film. It's like a remake of Wages of Fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, people like transporting dynamite across the jungle. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to get the trailer up on that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Roy Scheider's in it, isn't he?
He is. He actually, I think it was, I forget if he did anything in between, but he did it like right after Jaws, basically, which is crazy.
Did he?
Because, like, yeah, I mean, like both Jaws and Sorcerer were like kind of notorious sets to work on. Like, Jaws famously, like the shark didn't work for, a lot of it. And I think there were like fist fights on the set. And then Sorcerer was like a kind of Fitzcarraldo situation where everybody's in the jungle. It's hot. It's like a really difficult environment to work in. And it took like a year to make it. So, yeah. He was a workhorse, Scheider.
He doesn't do himself any favors, does he?
No.
But have you seen it before, Nigel?
No. I've never fancied it, I didn't know at first about it being a freaking film, but the soundtrack's fucking awful.
I will say,
I
though,
know Jackson loves it, but my God.
I do love the soundtrack, but if you don't like it, the good thing is that in the film itself, it's used pretty sparingly. It's not like
right.
It's not like a John Carpenter film where they're trying to like set the atmosphere and kind of playing it the whole time. It's kind of thrown in there sparsely, but so you might not like those bits, but like it's not too bad. Yeah.
That's fair enough. Have we got words they saying he really did not like the Mario film? Loads of rubbish. That's fair enough, mate.
Fair enough. Yeah, I kind of I was disappointed. I wish they tried to do more of their own thing with it, but I did appreciate like how in depth they went with the references. Like certain like more obscure games were definitely like put in there, so that was cool. But.
Yeah, definitely. Have you seen it yet, Mike?
No, I don't do animated films. Sorry.
No worries.
I can't get into them.
That's fair enough. I can understand that. I actually really enjoyed it. To be fair, I thought it was a lot of fun. Did have a good time with it, and I know Nigel hasn't seen it. That's for sure.
No, will he fucking ever?
No. And we got Tom saying, just finished watching with 1993 for the first time. Twisty story, really liked it. What's your favourite Tom Cruise films? Really glad you enjoyed it, mate. And that film would have to be up there for me as well. Really do enjoy the film.
Yeah.
What else? Top Gun Maverick's absolutely incredible. One of my favourite sequels of all time. Definitely got to be up there. Some of the Mission Impossible films as well. I would probably say 4, 5, and 6. All absolutely incredible action films there.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new one yet, Scott? The Dead Reckoning?
I haven't. No, I still need to watch that one, but I do really want to check out. To be fair.
Yeah, I reckon if you like 4, 5, and 6, you'd probably really enjoy this one. Yeah.
Awesome. Really looking forward to watching it. To be fair.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? Rain Man, brilliant film. Really great acting in that film. Thought it was absolutely incredible. Dustin Hoffman, what a performance in that film. So good. Also, The Last Samurai, absolutely incredible. One of my favourite films from the 2000s. He's done quite a lot, Tom Cruise, to be fair. I like most.
I was going to say, why don't you list his full fucking filmography?
Yeah, I could do, to be fair. But what about you, Jackson?
I've got it back here somewhere. Let me find it. Have to be this for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Cool.
Yeah. I just love the way that Kubrick kind of I mean, there's so many great things that Kubrick does in this, but especially like the way he kind of cast Tom Cruise to like do what he had been doing in the 90s, but then also kind of use that against itself. I don't know. I love his performance as like a really confused person just kind of like wandering through New York in this. Yeah, I love this movie.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good choice, Jackson. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I love the film. Yeah, it's one of my favourite Tom Cruise films. There's so many Tom Cruise films I like. I can't like pick my favourite one. I liked him in like A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson and that.
Oh, another good
That's a
one,
good performance, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a film called Cocktail as well. He was in that one.
That's fun. I do enjoy that one as well.
Yeah. There's so many I like. Yeah.
Awesome. Good choices there, Mike. What about you, Nigel?
I mean, I can't stand the fucker, but there's two of his films that I do actually really, really like, and The Firm is one of them, and the other one is A Few Good Men. They were just two great films, and I've got to admit he was fantastic in them both.
Yeah, 100%. Awesome choices there, Nigel. Oh dear,
Thank you, sir.
What's that, sorry, Nigel?
Oh, man.
And we got Nigel saying that dislike me, but I've never seen the Jaws, Mike. No.
I can't dislike you, Michael, but
No.
I can pity you.
Man.
Indeed. Yes.
And
I
I must insist that you rectify your mistake.
Yeah. Maybe when I'll come over to the UK, I'll bring my 4K of Jaws and loan it to Mike for a bit if he comes down to Londoners for a second. But yeah. Oh man, gotta check that out.
With Sam surprised
Wow.
as well, and never a sequels either. Well, I do enjoy Mike when you get around to watching him, definitely.
I think if you like the original, there's a good chance you'll like two.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm very unsure with you about liking 3 or 4 though.
I really want.
Okay. Always with two, aren't they? If people worry about watching, to be fair.
That's so true. Yeah, I kind of like 3 for like the schlock value of it. I really want to like 4 because it has the most bonkers plot of all time, but I just can't. That thing is so boring. Like it's
Oh god, I love it. It's just this little adventure. I mean, it's far-fetched as shit, but so are 99% of films that are made. But I just love it. People go, the shark gone to the Bahamas following you. It's pathetic. It's a wet.
No, I love that about it. Like, I love the plot.
But that's what people complain about. These people who watch Bond, who should have been dead after the first film, the shit he goes through. These people who like Star Wars, because that's based on fucking fact, isn't it? It's stupid. So what they like is brilliant, but Jaws and Revenge is a pile of shit. Ignore all the exaggerated shit and just go with it. It's just a good laugh.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's been labelled the worst film ever made.
It's not. It's definitely not.
Have these people never seen Alien?
Oh, Alien's great.
Yes, it does great on me.
But now, I was going to ask you, Nigel, because since you're a big fan of Jaws 2, have you heard about like some of the earlier scripts they were thinking of doing, like the mafia sort of script where like the town's all bankrupt and everything? I really wish we could have seen that, but I still like the film we got. But
I love the film we've got, but I think the original director who they fired, John Hancock, he's the one who had like a sort of a more darker story.
Yeah.
They did actually film some stuff, and the guy who plays Mayor Vaughan's son, Larry Jr.
Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was a lot more of a dick in the original script. In fact, he was quite horrible.
Yeah.
There's two scenes that John Hancock filmed that are still in the film now, and it's just by sheer chance. I didn't know until this, but they are two of my favourite scenes in the film, and they're both John Hancock. One of them is where you first see the shark, the fin.
Yeah.
You know, at the beginning after the party, you see the water, the still, the movement, and the fin comes up, then goes back down. That's one of them.
Yeah.
And the other one is the, the bit where he's on the glidey thing and he keeps dipping into the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the shark's swimming up and it's just going to get him and he goes back up again. That's the other scene that John Hancock did. I loved both of those scenes.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see how his version would have turned out.
I think so. That's kind of the only thing that's been holding me back on really liking the film. But I still really get a lot of entertainment out of watching it, for sure.
Yeah. Changed a lot of the cast as well. The guy who played little Sean, who unfortunately passed away last week or the week before. Mark Gilpin, his name is. Do you know her out of Frasier?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thingy Gilpin, she's his sister. His part was originally played by Ricky Schroeder, is it they call him, who was in The Champ? Blonde-haired lad.
I think so. Yeah.
He was originally in it, and then he got fired. And do you know the little girl who, when Brody's in the tower, and she goes, "What's he doing up there?" And the kid goes, "It's a shark tower. I saw one in Florida. He's looking for sharks." That's the Gilpin's sister as well, and she died a few years ago of cancer.
Oh wow!
Oh.
So there was three of them. Mark, I can't remember her name, but she's on the credits at the end, and the one out of Frasier, I can never remember her name. And I think out of the three, she's the only one who's left. There might be another one, but yeah, how awful is that losing two of your siblings?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
both while they were like in their early, like I think he was about 50-ish. I think she was only in her 20s or 30s when she got cancer. Tragic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very upsetting stuff, that, definitely.
But yeah, I would have loved to have seen John Hancock's vision of it as well.
Yeah, and that's absolutely. I want to get the 4K. I wonder if on the special features if they talk about that at all. But yeah.
Have you got the DVD or the Blu-ray of it?
No, I actually don't. But I would get it. Yeah.
It just pops all over the same extras, and there is a making of it on it. It is talked about.
Okay, cool. And
you do see a photo of him, of the original director as well, and they touch upon little bits. But there's a book called The Making. Is it called The Making of the Movie Jaws 2 or something like that? And I haven't read it yet. I've read little bits, but I think it goes into it in a lot more detail in there as well.
Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out.
Yeah, same here. To be fair, awesome. And we've got Vine. Let's get Kicky Movies here. Hello, mate. He's saying, how's it going with Billings? He's on it now as well.
For God's sake, Stephen, break it.
Oh, it's so long since we said that. And we're going to be on Vine stream tomorrow night, aren't we, Nigel, as well?
Oh, shit, I'm glad you reminded me.
This
motherfucker never does. He says, oh, you're on the stream, and then leaves it 6 weeks and gives you no reminders. I'm glad you reminded me, mate.
Yeah, definitely it's going to be a fun one for sure. And we've got Sam saying, Nigel, did you see John Diddy's Hammer Studio Canal collection video? I'm definitely intrigued to see the reptile and the witches too.
I did. I did mine ages ago of the same ones in the slipcovers. I was not looking forward to watching The Witches, and then when I saw John mention it for fair, because he mentioned it in one of his videos a while back, and then when I was talking to him, he was telling me it's such a good film. He said, and people say it's the worst one, and I tell you what, I absolutely loved it. It's brilliant. And the reptile, wow, that's one of my favourites. That isn't like Christopher Lee. What a film that is!
I do really want to watch Reptile, to be fair. I've been meaning to watch that for years now.
The Witches and the Reptile are two that I definitely would have recommended.
Is the Witches, like the one that Nicholas Roeg did, is that a remake of the Hammer one, or is that just a different story?
I'm assuming it's totally different.
Okay.
Because this is set in like 1950s or 60s England, and it's this woman goes and gets a job as a teacher, and you know when something's just not quite right, and you can't put your finger on, very, very Wicker Man kind of feel to it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's kind of like that, but I won't say what.
That's very different than the Nicholas Roeg one, because I've only seen it once when I was a kid, and it terrified me when I was like 9 years old. Like the look of the whip. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Scott. If
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I don't think I've seen it.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's like there's like a it's I think it's a 70s film, maybe 80s, but like these witches have like really, really grotesque like makeup on, and there's a scene where like they turn somebody into a rat or a mouse or something, and that was just...
Is that the Roald Dahl one?
Yes.
Oh, no, it's not that at all.
Yeah,
no, it's long before he wrote it.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have seen little bits that, there is some hideous makeup in that.
As a kid, it really creeped me out. Yeah, for sure.
Do you know everybody who I've spoken to, because I've never sat and watched it all the way through, everybody who I've spoken to who likes that film, they said, when I was a kid, it used to scare the shit out of me.
I don't think it would if I watched it now, but as a kid, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Totally different story. Watch it if you get a chance. The Hammer one.
Will do.
I'll watch that as well, to be fair. And we've got Tom. So, what's the next film you are going to see at the cinema? Oh, I'm not too sure, to be honest. The one that I can...
Oppenheimer, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good film. I'd recommend that, Mike, definitely. But one that I can think of that I really want to see it's coming out this year is Dune 2. I think that's going to be awesome. Looking forward to watching that at the cinema, definitely.
What was that?
Dune 2 or Dune 2, however you pronounce
Dune
it.
Part 2.
Yeah.
As in Frank Herbert?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know, sci-fi. I love it too, Scott. I'm so excited for it.
But what about you, Jackson? What are you next seeing at a cinema?
August is kind of a slow month for stuff at the movies, so I'll have to see. But there's a few that come to mind. One is an independent movie called Theater Camp, which I'm not too interested in. But I've seen the trailer and the photography is really good. It looks to me like it's shot on like 16 millimeter or something. So maybe I would want to check that out. And then there's a couple like big blockbuster, like the Meg 2 is playing right now. I honestly do kind of want to see that. And then maybe The Last Voyage of the Demeter. But I'm not too fussed about. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about stuff in August. But once we get to like September, October, I'll definitely be seeing a lot more.
Awesome. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on some great films this year, Jackson, definitely.
Thank you.
No worries. And Mike, did you say Oppenheimer?
Yeah, Oppenheimer's probably the most watchable film I need to watch. Yeah, I know it's been out for like a few weeks now, but I've just not had a chance to get to it yet.
Yeah,
Mike.
I've seen it twice because I saw it once. My friends wanted to go. We did the Barbie and Oppenheimer double feature, but we just did that in like a normal theater. Whereas, and then I wanted to go see Oppenheimer again in IMAX, and I would say if you can get a chance to see it that way, definitely do. Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds great. What about you, Nigel?
I think that I'm probably going to be meeting up with Sam again to see a John Carpenter film. I think it's going to either be The Fog or what was the other one?
Prince of Darkness.
No, it might have been Escape from New York, but I can't swear to him. He definitely did mention The Fog, though.
Oh.
The Fog would be a fun one in theaters, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Escape from New York, yeah, definitely. Awesome stuff there, Nigel. And we got Marvel fan here. Hello, mate. Good to see you here.
All right, mate.
No.
And we've got Ryan saying, Nigel, I got a few box sets to show off the stream tonight. That might be controversial to your tasting, which means it's shite.
So it's either going to be sci-fi or Marvel or James fucking Bond.
Indeed. And we've got my good friend Guy here. Hello, mate. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate that.
Hey,
Hey.
And we've got Marvel fans saying I watched first 2 Carry On films back to back on Sunday, but got bored just today, so watched next 2 again back to back. Awesome. Love it. Great stuff. I'm really looking forward to carrying on with them, to be fair. I can't wait to get through that box set. And see
I think I've started to carry on crazy, you know.
You have indeed, Nigel, 100%.
Ever since I did that video, everybody's going and getting the box set. I was like, do you know what? You've all got better fucking versions than I have now. Because, like, that box set's got, like, extras and stuff, hasn't it? Like, man, I've nothing.
Oh.
Does it have even, like, the bad films in it, like Carry On Columbus and stuff? Or
It's got them all except Columbus, but it's got Emmanuel in, which was also bad.
Mm.
However, Emmanuel was a masterpiece compared to Columbus. The only way you can get Columbus is on a Australian import DVD.
Okay.
And talking of Columbus, I also got that as well. So
oh my God, he's got it.
Yeah.
Have you not watched it yet?
No, I'm going to watch this one last.
Same cover as I swear to God, it looks like a VHS transfer.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
I challenge anybody to think it's good.
Yeah. Who knows? I might like it. Hopefully I will, but I highly doubt it, to be honest. Which is a shame, but yeah, hopefully I will. Jackson, what's your thoughts on the Carry On films?
I haven't seen any of them, actually. I think it's a pretty British thing for the most part, but I'm looking forward to getting into them at some point. Yeah.
Awesome. Hope you're enjoying Jackson.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
I remember mentioning this into the last stream. I've only watched one, which was the Carry On Camping. So that's the only one I've watched.
I've heard that's a really good one, to be fair. I've seen clips of that. It does look really funny.
Yeah, it was like that, yeah.
Awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. And Nigel, what's some of your favourite ones?
Carry On Behind, Carry On Abroad, Carry On Screaming. I think it's either Carry On Girls or Carry On Loving. If it's whichever the one's got the beauty contest at the end that's sabotaged. Jesus, that one's funny. Carry On Don't Lose Your Head, where they do a Mickey take of the Scarlet Pimpernel. It's the black fingernail. That's funny.
Things about that.
Carry On Dick, behave yourself. Dick Turpin it is.
Yeah.
And Carry On Camping as well. There's so many good ones.
Awesome, great choices. And we got Ryan saying me and Sam are seeing The Good, the Bad and the Ugly at Tyneside Cinema tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
It's definitely going to fly by with epic spaghetti western with Clint Dirty Harry Eastwood. 100%, mate. Hope you enjoy it. Should be a great time, that.
Oh, Clint, Fistful of Dollars. Eastwood would be more apt.
Yeah.
Seems as all of those were before Dirty Harry was even thought of.
Indeed, yeah.
100%. I did get to see Fistful of Dollars in theaters like a couple months ago, and that was fantastic.
I bet it was.
Yeah, the one though that because it was my theater was doing like a spaghetti western series, and the one I think I enjoyed the most though. I don't know if you guys have seen the original Django from the 60s.
I haven't.
That is just fantastic. It's I mean obviously the Quentin's remake is really good too, but the original is. It might have the best ending to any western I've seen. It's so good.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, awesome! That's high.
I think Arrow released that, didn't they?
I think so, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
But Good, Bad, and Ugly is an absolute quality film. One of my favourites from the 60s. Yeah. Do you enjoy it, Mike?
I've heard of it, but I've not seen it. I've seen like Dirty Harry, Magnum Force, all that. Yeah, just not seen that one. I've seen one of the westerns called Pale Rider, which I liked.
Oh, I've heard that's good, to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think the Spaghetti Western trilogy, though, they were all 60s, I think.
Yes.
So they're all the Pale Rider's like what, 70s or 80s, I think.
Yeah,
I think it was 1985, something like that.
Because Fistful of Dollars is kind of a remake of Yojimbo, the Akira Kurosawa movie, and that one was 61. I think Fistful of Dollars was 64, if I'm not mistaken. Sounds right. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. And we've also got Ryan saying, what is everybody's favourite classic body horror movie? Oh, that's a good one. It's got to be, I suppose it's got to be the Fly remake for me. That film is just so good. The practical effects in that are absolutely incredible. Some of the best of the 80s, and yeah, it's just such a fantastic film. Absolutely love it. What about you, Jackson?
The Fly is a really great show, but I've got to go with the Thing. I just
that's
think
another good one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just what they were able to do with the story and kind of enhance it with those effects, and they're mind-blowing effects. So yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome, great choice, Jackson.
Yeah.
That's a really close second for me, I think, as well, to be fair. What about you, Mike?
I've got to go with Jackson, same. The Thing. Yeah, one of the best ones.
Awesome, good choice, Mike. What about you, Nigel?
I know it's a werewolf film, but it's that transformation scene. You can see he's in agony. I'm going to say American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that
Great
one.
choice, yeah.
You know, the first time I tried to watch that as a little kid, I actually never even made it to that scene, because the scene where he's having a dream and he like wakes up in the middle of the woods and has that vampire makeup. I had to leave after that when I was like 10 years old. I did finish the film later, and once I got to the body horror scene, I'm like, oh, that's crazy too. But
yeah, definitely.
Hey, I was 15 when I seen it, and I shit myself. I was not expecting. Laid in the bed, and he whacked. Yeah, I jumped out my skin.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it when I was 15 as well, funny enough, and yeah, I also shit myself as well. Yeah.
This is coming from the guy who saw Dawn of the Dead when he was 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wait, you saw Dawn of the Dead when you were 3?
Yeah.
Scott?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott, yeah.
Wow. It didn't scare me that much, to be honest. I thought it was awesome.
Obviously not. It's a sick little fucker's favourite film. Fancy watching that at 3-year-old?
Oh no, yeah.
It is gory, but it's not like Day of the Dead. Like Day of the Dead's much gorier and like much more like serious with the way it takes it. But Dawn of the Dead is fun, but it definitely is gory too. Yeah.
There was one scene that really creeped me out in that film, though. It's when Roger first turns into a zombie. That scene really creeped me out when I was
gutted when that happened.
Yeah, so.
The bit that got me, I was like, oh, it was the helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
The helicopter zombie, as he's known. I was like,
yeah.
Holy shit.
It still looks kind of cool, that effect, now, I think. I think it still holds up, that scene.
I mean, I know they painted greeny blue, but to me, I don't know, it always will be the greatest zombie film ever made for me.
I agree, 100%. Definitely.
Yeah. For me, Day of the Dead's my favorite of that trilogy, so that for me, that might be my favorite zombie film.
That's a close second for me, to be fair. I love Day of the Dead so much.
Day of the Dead's got the best effects, but I think out of the 3 of them, it's the slowest.
It is the slowest, but I like the relationship between the humans, I think, the most. I just love how it's like how it pits like the military guys against the scientists, and both of them are kind of good and bad at the same time, and the way that the conflict pays off, I think, is great. But
yeah, I love Tom Savini's Night of the Living Dead. I love that one.
Yeah,
I agree.
To be fair, yeah.
I've only seen it once, but I remember I really, really enjoyed it. Got it on DVD somewhere, but I would love it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's on ITVX app. It's on there.
Oh, is it?
It's on Prime right now in America, I think. Or no, wait, that might be the original, but it has like new artwork, so that's why I was confused. But
awesome. And we've got Jimmy Papp here. Hello, mate. Been a while since you've been on the live chat. Good to see you here.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen. Hope you're all well. Yeah, doing very well, thank you. And any movie plans this weekend? Yeah, I'm going to watch a couple of films this weekend. I think I'm going to watch Enter Dragon 4K with my Uncle Steve, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to rewatching that. And I might actually watch Dungeons and Dragons in 4K. To be fair, I do really want to watch that as well. So, yeah, it's probably what I'm going to watch this weekend.
Yeah, I've watched that one.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Nice. For me, I don't have any specific plans, but I usually watch a movie, usually like one movie a day or so, depending on how it is. So we'll see. I also think that my local theater might be doing so they're doing a martial arts series this month, so I'll have to see what they have on. Maybe I'll go to that this weekend. It might be Enter the Dragon. It might be Kung Fu Hustle. I think it's one of those. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Good stuff there, Jackson. What about you, Mike?
I'll probably try and go to the cinema on Sunday if I can. So I probably will watch something tonight, but I'm not sure what to watch at the moment. So,
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff, Mike. What about you, Nigel?
I do have quite a lot to get through, stuff I bought and stuff that people have been kind enough to send me. I think I'm going to hopefully get through that producer's cut of Halloween 6.
Awesome.
I might watch it H2O as well, but I need to get Total Recall watched.
Oh, nice.
Because I bought that, I haven't watched it yet. I keep going to get it, and then something else turns out. I think, I need to watch that. I need to watch that. So I've got plenty to keep me going. So I will be watching some over the weekend anyway.
I've got the Steelbook.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
That's
nice.
Yeah.
I picked up the 4K a while ago with the slip.
Awesome.
Pretty nice. I need to finally watch this 4K version of it, but yeah, I love the film.
That looks slightly different to ours.
Yeah, it might be. I'm curious what yours.
It's similar, but we have a dirty gripping 18 on it. But it's
basically the same. Yeah,
the layout's a little bit different, is it?
It's pretty much the same, I think. What's the back look like? Does it have the him with that? Okay, a little bit different on the back for sure. Yeah.
Whoa! Shows your discs.
I can. I'm not gonna. I'm just trying to not show off the.
Hey, picture disc.
But I think the discs are going to be the same. They've got the Arnold.
Is yours 3 discs?
Yeah, it's 3 discs.
Totally different.
Totally different. Yeah,
mine's the same. Mine's got 3 discs.
Okay, wow. No, this is 3 discs as well, but just very different artwork. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got different artwork on all 3 discs.
Nice.
Yep.
See,
nice.
Told you they get better stuff in America.
They do 100%.
Well, it's the same work, but it's just different color, but still different. Yeah.
Awesome stuff there. And we got Slipknot fan here. Hello, mate. He says Apocalypse Now is the best war movie in his opinion. Good choice, mate. I do really like Apocalypse Now, to be fair. Really, really good film. What's your thoughts on it, Jackson?
I was actually wrestling with it when we got asked about that favorite war film question. For me, Come and See is the better movie about the experience of war. It's really kind of puts you in the state of the people who it affects. But Apocalypse Now might be it's one of my favorite movies. I mean, but for me, it's a little bit more of a what it does kind of goes beyond war a little bit. It's more of a deconstruction of the culture, the way people were feeling at the time, and it's very psychedelic as well, the idea of going down this river into the heart of darkness. So I don't always think of it as a war film, but it is. So yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites.
Awesome. Glad you enjoyed it, Jackson. What about you, Mike?
I've not watched it yet. I've heard of it though, but just not got around to watch it yet.
No worries, Mike. What about you, Nigel?
Like I said, I'm not a war film fan. I've never seen it. I was intrigued to watch it, but then found out it's got fucking animal slaughter in. So nah, I don't want to see it. I've seen enough of that in Cannibal Holocaust.
I'm trying to remember when it does, because it's not very. Do you remember what?
I think it's towards the end, isn't it? Like a buffalo or something. The slaughter it.
I think. Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but somebody said to me it kind of goes on a little bit too long as well.
I honestly am trying to. It's been a little bit since I watched it. And
it's not nice to see. Do they really have to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I can understand that though for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Just be sure that if you watch it though, watch the. I wonder actually if that's in a different cut, because I've mostly seen the theatrical, and I have watched Redux once. Don't watch Redux. It's adds a bunch of other stuff that you don't need, pretty much. But
Yeah,
Francis Ford Coppola director's cuts are not always the best.
that's true.
What's Redux?
Redux is the name of like an extended cut of it that Coppola did in the 80s,
Oh.
90s, I think, or maybe it was like early 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'd never seen the film, but when I bought Dementia 13, it said also director's cut. I was thinking, yes, but there was nothing extra. In fact, he cut the fucker.
Oh,
An old black and white film, and he cut bits out. I'd like to see the uncut version. Now, what's he cut out?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. And we got Ryan saying he also saw Jaws on a big screen on Wednesday, and it's definitely a magical movie. See the shark munching on those
On his nom-noms?
Definitely thought the special effects still live up, and look forward to watching Jaws 4. Awesome stuff, Ryan. Hope you enjoy it.
Are you skipping from the first one to 4 though? Because that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought that.
Yeah.
Try 2 and 3 first, but if
Yeah.
you're going to watch the fourth one, just don't
Yeah.
take it too seriously. Take it with a pinch of salt, and you'll enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And we also got Sam saying Apocalypse Now is great, and he says he'd like to revisit the Jaws sequel as well. And we got Slipknot fans saying Platoon is also excellent. Yes, that I do love that film. To be fair, I think it's absolutely incredible.
Do you know, I saw that at the cinema in the 80s when it came out, and I was absolutely bored. Shitless.
That's fair enough. I can
But that
understand
music, that Adagios thing came on at the end, I was really fucking crying.
Yeah,
The piece of classical music, I think it's when Willem Dafoe's like going on his knees. But that same music's also in The Elephant Man. You can't listen to it without filling up. It's so sad. It's got to be one of the saddest pieces of music ever.
Yeah.
Is it called Adagio for Strings? I think it's called.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a really heartbreaking piece of music.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know what they're doing when they play that fucker, don't they? These people will make films.
They do. Yeah, 100%. Have you seen it before, Jackson?
I haven't. I really want to though. I have a couple. I have one of Oliver Stone's films, JFK, behind me. I need to get into that.
That's a great film.
Yeah.
I really want to see that. I've never seen that. I've never fancied it. But when I watched like a documentary and I saw the film Jackie about the whole assassination thing, it's now made me want to watch it.
Yeah, no, it's a fascinating thing, and I also just love movies about obsession of characters. I think that always makes great material for genre movies, like Zodiac or Memories of Murder, Blowout. Like, I just think it really works.
Yeah, definitely 100%. I agree. Awesome stuff, Jackson. What about you, Mike?
I've not seen that one as well. Sorry, no, but I've heard of it.
No worries, Mike. And we've got Ryan saying going to be picking up Batman the Animated Series on Blu-ray tomorrow due to it being on offer for £35 at HMV. Awesome stuff, mate.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, don't show the fucker off tomorrow night. I'll fall asleep.
I want to go full. I want to go through and like actually watch like all of the animated series, because I've seen a few episodes here and there, and I've seen Mask of the Phantasm, which might be my favorite Batman movie. But yeah,
I've heard that's great. To be fair.
The only thing Batman I've got the complete Blu-ray collection of the Adam West series.
Oh yeah, that's fun. Yeah,
and it's actually got a little bat car in it as well.
Yeah,
I love the movie.
I loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we've got Josh saying, "Have you fellas seen M. Night's Old? What a banger! It's hilarious."
He fucking made that up. What does M. Night's Old even mean?
No, it's
old.
Old, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah.
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 Oh, the film's called Old.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to the pictures to see M. Night's Old. What the fuck does that mean? You might as well say shit tit biscuits. No, I haven't seen it, but I think I want to. I dare buy it though in case it's shit.
Yeah. That's a tricky one with that one, to be fair, because I've heard mixed things on it as well.
But she's in it out of Jojo Rabbit and Last Night in Soho.
Thomas
Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's a movie that she's in. I think it was before she did either of those. It's called Leave No Trace. It's directed by Deborah Granick. Basically, it's about a father who was like a war veteran, and his daughter live They just live in a tent in the forest, and they live this pretty peaceful existence. But one day, the park rangers like discover them, and they have to get reintegrated into the world. One of my favorite movies, honestly. But it was kind of her breakout role. So if you like her, definitely check that out at some point.
I think she's fantastic.
Yeah,
from what I've seen her in.
Yeah.
I do want to watch that film, to be fair, Leave No Trace. I've heard amazing things about
really
that one.
good. Yeah. Have you seen Old, Scott?
No, I haven't. I do sort of want to watch it, though, to be fair.
Yeah. I actually kind of like it. I think it's I really like it. It's I really like M. Night's kind of horror comedy that he goes for, and Old is one of the better examples of that. It is very like baffling. Like the dialogue is very awkward and weird, but the horror is also like really like perverse. There's a lot of body horror in it. No, I thought it worked pretty well. Yeah.
Awesome. Glad you enjoyed it, Jackson. What about you, Mike?
I didn't like it at all.
That's fair.
See what I mean?
It's divisive.
I liked
Yeah.
halfway through the film. I was enjoying it, and it just changed, and I was just like, it got confusing halfway through, and
there's an explanation at the end of the movie that is so unnecessary to the point where it's like funny, like the big reveal about the beach.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard when that happened, because like the thing is, like the guy who's explaining it, everybody in the room who he's explaining it to like would already know that this is a thing, and he's just explaining it to the audience pretty much. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it was. I said that was probably like the worst film of 2021.
Wow. See, I can't risk it because, like, I fell for it with that fucking smile.
Yeah.
That's got very divided opinions, and they're like, oh, it gets weird. Like, oh, it's a great film. Yeah, right. I'm gonna get it. Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
yeah, it is.
I wasn't huge on Smile, but I can understand why people would like it. Yeah.
And of course, you got Men Nigel as well.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I'm hoping that gets a 4K. Fuck off. What a pile of shite.
I think it does have a 4K, by the way. I think I've seen that in Best Buy or something.
Well, I'm going to do an old on you now and say the obvious. I was joking.
I know. No. I know you were joking. I just wanted to seriously point it out that like it does exist, but
I remember watching that for the first time, and like I turned it off halfway through. It was boring.
Man.
Oh, you didn't even.
Yeah.
You didn't even get.
Did you not get to the end?
No.
Oh, the end.
Oh, fuck me! You've seen the best of it. Where did you get the fucking end? There's just loads of massive fannies given. I'm not even going to say.
Oh.
I'm not going to say in case anybody's going. Now I've said that, they're all going to go. Oh, is there now? I want to watch it. It's Vagina City, but Jesus, oh man, just watch it. Watch from where you got up to, and just to say you've seen it, and let me know what you think. I'd love to see your face when you watch it as well. I was watching it, and I was like, do you know what? This is a bit strange. But the fact that he was playing all the parts, because at first I was like, he looks a bit like him. Is it him? Like Rory Kinnear's son, isn't it? Roy Kinnear's son, Rory. And I was watching him. I went, it is him. I thought, he's playing all the parts. I thought, do you know what? That's quite clever, that. Then this thing happens. And my initial reaction was, what the fuck is that? And that was mild for what came out my mouth afterwards.
It continues for like 10 minutes as well, so
it feels longer.
Oh.
And then the actual real ending, you know, like the last frame, and then it goes off in titles. You're like,
I know.
What was that actually all about? Wow.
I agree.
That director and writer was on fucking drugs. They had to have been.
Well, he was a pretty good director and writer. Like, he wrote 28 Days Later. He wrote Sunshine. And he directed Ex Machina and Annihilation, which I don't know if you would like those, Nigel, but that's mainly just because they're sci-fi. But they're much better in terms of like the structure of them and everything. Yeah.
I would probably be more inclined to watch one of them because I'm assuming they've got some form of normality in them. That was just absolutely ridiculous.
Ex Machina is flipping great, to be fair. I love that film.
I can't understand anybody saying what a great film Men is. if you think that, seriously, you're full of shit. Yes, Josh, you included, but you are getting that Blu-ray. I want fucking rid.
And
as soon as I get paid, it's on its way to you.
And I don't know if you've seen 28 Days Later.
I have, yeah.
I turned that off after 5 or 10 minutes because it's Cillian Murphy walking around London with nobody around. And then I think it got to like somebody like in a shop. There was a Gordon Steve, if I remember rightly. And I was like, this looks shit. I don't want to see it.
Fair. It does get a lot better, though, to be fair, as it moves along.
It is one of them that I think I now would give it another go.
Yeah,
it's really good, yeah.
However, picture quality is shit on it. It looks so grainy.
Because they filmed it on like digital cameras before that was like a serious way of filming. So it's aged very, very poorly, even on the Blu-ray.
So they can't really remaster it very well then.
No, it's really hard to remaster like VHS stuff from that time. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even know if it's VHS. It's just like digital cameras of some kind from the early 2000s. Yeah.
But then again, it does sort of add a little bit more realism to it as well, I suppose, makes it a bit more gritty in a way.
Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch it, to be fair, because that was actually that was the thing I struggled with the most, was just that the digital photography kind of took me out of it. But I can see how it might work better. And I think because I was so distracted by that, I missed some of the best character stuff in the movie. So I need to go back and give it another watch too.
Yeah. This is a sequel as well, isn't it?
28 weeks later. Yeah.
28 weeks though. I'm not going to ask because it might spoil it.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
All I was going to say was, is Cillian Murphy in both of them, or is he only in the first one?
I want to say only in the first one. I can't remember him in the second one. I don't think he is, no.
Sounds like it does then well for him then, doesn't it? Which is why I wasn't going to ask.
It could just be an unrelated story. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But...
True. I never thought of that. I'm not that clever.
And we got Wednesday saying, "Come and see, it's a great and very hard watch. I probably have to give it to Pockets now." Awesome stuff. He also says, for anyone wanting to get into Italian neo-realism, Rome Open City is a great war film.
Okay.
I've heard of it, I think.
I'll pass, thanks.
That's fair.
I've only seen... Oh, sorry?
No, that's fine. I was just going to ask if you've seen it before, Jackson.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one. I think I've only seen one Italian neo-realist film, and that's La Strada by Fellini. Which I really like that one. It's a good like kind of poverty drama, which most neo-realist films are. But this one also has like some comedy in it. It's good,
Awesome, great stuff.
If I'm going to watch an Italian film, it's going to be either a Giallo one, preferably Dario, or some of the video nasties. You need to watch. Oh, what the hell is it called? Island of Death. Oh, watch Island of Death. Oh my God, that's an eye opener.
Yeah, that film is something. I will say that.
Have you seen it?
I have. Yeah.
I don't know if you can get it in the States. Arrow releases it. It's fully uncut as well.
Okay.
I can't even begin to tell you what happens in it because it's just jaw dropping.
Yeah, it is. Well, no, definitely.
It's actually not Italian either. I think it's filmed on a Greek island. But wow.
Jeez, I need to make my way through the nasties list more. I've seen a couple of the more extreme titles, like I've seen Driller Killer, and Last House on the Left, stuff like that. But I need to go through more of them. Yeah.
This isn't. How can I put it? This isn't extreme as in like those two, like for gore.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
no,
it is extreme for other things.
Okay.
yeah.
Wow, is it? How can I? There's one thing I want to tell you, but will it spoil the story? It won't spoil the story. There's this oldish woman in it, and you can see she's old, but she's trying to dress as mutton dressed as lamb, but she's got like the old woman's white hair and all that, and she's like, she's a slut, you can tell. And she's gagging for it, and this young bloke in it, she's coming on to him. So he pisses on her.
Oh.
And she's like, ah, ah, ah. Then 2 seconds later, she's like, ah, ooh, and rub it. Yeah.
It's
All
so
right.
wrong.
And that's only one thing in it. It's
Yeah.
the two main characters in it. That's one of the biggest shocks. You've got to see it to believe it, man. Honest.
Yeah, it's just
I'll
so
have to check
wrong.
it out.
Me and John absolutely fucking love it.
Yeah.
It's funny when it's not supposed to be, but it's like, oh my god, they would never get away with it now.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
definitely not.
But it does seem to be that the majority of people hate it, but me and him think it's as entertaining as fuck. Loved it.
To be fair, when I watched it, I did absolutely hate it. I thought it was really boring, but I do need to go back and rewatch
I
it.
think it's far from that.
I think I need to give it another rewatch, to be fair. I do want to watch it again.
Have you seen The Beast in Heat?
Yes, that's funny. That's
Well, you know him. You know him in the
Yeah.
him in the cage, the Beast. Yeah. Well, he's the fucker in Island of Death as well. It's the same actor.
Is it?
Like towards the end, you can see that face. He's got a face not even a fucking mother could love.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's a creepy looking fucker, isn't he? Yeah.
Well, get a
Really
double
creepy.
bill of Island of Death and The Beast in Heat on. You're in for a grand night, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
They're amazing.
Interesting one. Definitely an interesting one.
I'm dying to know what Jackson thinks of it.
Yeah, so to be fair.
I can imagine his face like, what the fuck has he told me to watch here?
I'm definitely adding it. If it's not on the list already, I'm going to make sure that it is. Island of Death.
Both of those films, Island of Death and The Beast in Heat, they're both Section 1 titles where you could have been prosecuted. They are two proper video nasties.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you guys know the filmmaker Sean Baker, Red Rocket, Florida Project.
Yes.
Yeah. So he has a Letterboxd account, and he has a Letterboxd account, and he likes to review a lot of like kind of exploitation films. I'm going to read a little bit of what he said about Island of Death. I've seen almost all of the video nasties, and most of the films that are considered the most shocking of most of the films are considered the most shocking or depraved films ever made. But this one might take the cake.
See? So I'm not making it up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You're more intrigued to see it, aren't you now?
I am. I definitely am.
I think you will piss yourself laughing, but you'll be shocked as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, great.
I mean, to be honest, that golden shower bit was bad. I was like, what? And then when she starts enjoying it, I was screaming to tell you, fucking dirty old bitch.
Yeah.
But that was only one thing.
But then it gets worse.
There's so much more happens in it.
It's an interesting film, that's for sure. It's an experience.
I've never been called that before. Have you seen it, Mike?
It's
I've not
terrible.
seen it,
Don't
no.
watch it.
Oh, please watch it. Please watch it and let me know what you think.
Yeah.
That's one of those films where I would like when people stream and watch it together.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but oh god, I'd love to be there when you two are there to watch it. I'd watch it with you. I've not watched it for years, but Jesus Christ, it's funny.
Yeah. 100%. Mike, have you seen this film, Rome Open City?
I've never heard of it, sorry, no.
No worries. And we've got Ryan saying the only M. Night movies you need is Unbreakable, Sixth Sense, and Signs.
Oh,
Yeah, really
God.
good
I'm
films, eh?
definitely out.
I do love
The
Split.
Sixth Sense and Signs.
Yeah, I
Oh, Sixth
disagree.
Sense is
There's
great.
I'm a big like defender of some of the more controversial M Night titles, like Old, and one I really love is Glass, the sequel to Unbreakable and Split. But yeah, no, I understand why people struggle with some of his like later stuff, but I don't know. It mostly still works for me.
That's fair. I can understand that, definitely. And what about you, Mike?
Yeah, I don't mind his films. The one I didn't like was Old, but the Knock at the Cabin, which I watched this year, I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, me too.
I heard that was pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah.
Awesome
Yeah.
stuff. And we've got Sam saying, Jackson, I would recommend with Fisher King, Terry Gilliam with film with Jeff Bridges and Robin Williams. That's a great film, to be fair.
Yeah, I really need to check that out. I just got a 4K from Criterion, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, gonna need to check that out for sure.
Awesome. Have you seen it before, Mike?
I've never heard of it. Sorry, no.
No worries, Mike. Nigel?
Terry Gilliam. He was like part of Monty Python.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch a bear having a shit, thanks.
Not a Monty Python fan?
Hate them.
Oh, shit.
Never liked them.
Oh, I love Monty Python.
They're just
I do.
stupid for stupid's sake.
It's an acquired taste, that's for sure, 100%.
Oh, it's not all right.
Yeah. And we've got Ryan saying, Jackson, have you seen Ghost of Mars, one of John Carpenter's secret masterpieces?
Yeah, I've seen all of Carpenter's theatrically released films because I did a video like ranking them. So
Right.
I have seen Ghost of Mars. It's my least favorite Carpenter film. It's the only one I would call like really bad. But yeah, no thanks. I maybe I'll rewatch it and I won't hate it as much, but I can't really see it growing that much with me.
Was that his first one?
No, it's
No.
actually like
No.
his second to last one. He did it in like
Oh.
2000. No, wait, maybe 98. It was like no, I think it was like early 2000s, somewhere around there. It was his last one before The Ward. Yeah,
Is Dark Star his first one?
Dark Star is his first one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. I've not seen that either. I knew it was something like to do like with fucking spacey sci-fi thing. Dark Star, Mars.
Yeah, he co-wrote it with Dan O'Bannon, who wrote Alien, and it's a very similar story to Alien.
And Return of the Living Dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
He directed Return of the Living Dead too, I think. Yeah.
How can somebody who comes out with such an amazing masterpiece as Return of the Living Dead have anything to do with fucking Alien? Baffles me.
I love Alien. It's so good.
I do as well.
Do you know, it's like an uninteresting fucking ASMR video. It's just so dull.
You're the first person I've heard describe it that way.
I'm probably the only person who has described it like that. I think everybody else on the planet loves it, and I just think it is absolute garbage.
That's fair though, Nigel.
And then when I say that, people go, "You need to see
Yeah.
the second one, it's better." I really fucking don't. The first one's bad enough.
Well, the second one is a different tone. It's a different kind of movie. Like if you like action, it's if you like Terminator 2, then you'll probably like Aliens. But
I do like Terminator 2.
okay, I think you'd probably like Aliens. It's definitely more action packed. It's longer.
Yeah.
But it is more action packed for sure.
But I don't like Jason X. And I love Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
Every
but
other
no
one.
Yeah, but no one likes Jason X, to be fair.
You'll be
Nigel.
surprised. A lot of people fucking love it.
I kind of like
Oh,
Jason
that's
X.
fine.
There you go.
I don't love it or anything, but I kind of, to be fair, I was inebriated when I watched it, but I did enjoy it.
Watch it
That's
sober.
fair.
And then see if your opinion changes. Now, Jason Goes to Hell, I love that, and the rest of the planet loathes it.
I didn't like it.
I don't like that one. I need to revisit it, I guess.
Hey, why do you like it? Because it's no fucking Jason. Yes, it is. Just think about him. He's just jumping. But you don't have to see him there with his hockey mask on. You know it's him. And he comes back on at the end. He's at the beginning and the end. It was just different.
Yeah, that's true, to be fair.
At least he wasn't in fucking space.
That's true, yeah. I think out of all of them, 10 is the one that makes the least amount of sense because it's in space, obviously. And that
I mean, a
shot
cash grab, but that was ridiculous.
yeah, that shot when they're flying as well. What the fuck is that? What the?
No,
Is that when he's outside of the spaceship thing and he's flying on like some sort of... Yeah, exactly.
yeah, no,
So
that's
bad.
yeah. It's a
He
really
turns around,
bad
you expect him to go, hello there, like Charles Bronson in Murphy's Law. Hello there.
Yeah. But Jackson, what did you think of Ghost of Mars?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not a fan. It's the only Carpenter film I would call like really bad. But
Wow.
I'd have to revisit it because it is pretty close for me between that one and Village of the Damned for his worst movie. But
I actually quite like Village of the Damned.
oh yeah, okay, no.
Yeah.
It's Ghost of Mars. I think is worse though. I definitely
That's fair.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I have heard
Well, I've got the original black and white Village of the Damned, but I've never seen the remake.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It feels my big issue with Village of the Damned is that it feels like a remake. Like it's just kind of like retreading things and like I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it again, but it was just a little bit dull for me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think one that really surprised me because a lot of people said to me when I was younger it's not a good film, but I watched it and thought it was absolutely fantastic, and that's John Carpenter's Vampires. That film was great.
I like that one.
Oh, it's amazing.
I
Yeah.
really like that one. Yeah. It was still lower on the list, but I think that speaks more to like how much I like his other ones as opposed to not liking vampires, because I do really enjoy vampires. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I think Vampires is probably the only other film that I would kind of class it in the same sort of vein as From Dusk Till Dawn type of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's got that same kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it's got a vibe on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think James Woods is absolutely fucking phenomenal in it.
Yeah.
He is.
The other vampire western I can think of is Near Dark by Catherine
That's
Bigelow.
great.
Yeah, I love that film, but Vampires is really good too.
Then again, to be fair, since I joined the movie community, a lot of people said that Vampires is actually really good, and that's what made me want to watch it in the first place.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's still got like a 2.9 or something on Letterboxd. Like it's not that well received, but like a lot of people I know is people who are really into horror like it.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Mike, did you like Ghost of Mars?
I watched the trailer like a few weeks ago, but it just it didn't really got me to watch it because it just put me off the trailer. It just looked awful.
Fair enough. I
Yeah.
can understand that.
Yeah.
It's really boring. Like the structure of it, like it's there's lots of like flashbacks. Like so, it's like the main woman who's the lead from Species. She's telling the story after the fact, like in court. But there's not really like a purpose for that. It's just sort of happens. So you're always like cutting back between different things, and none of it really holds any weight. So yeah, it's a tough watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm going to go through quite a few more comments and think about wrapping the stream up after those. But I've really enjoyed tonight. It's been great fun. And we got Sam saying I absolutely loved how do you pronounce that?
Metropolis.
Yeah.
Metropolis, there we go.
Not Metropolis.
No, I thought I'd said that wrong, to be fair. When I saw it at the cinema last year, breathtaking experience. Awesome stuff, mate. Really glad you enjoyed it. I haven't seen it, but definitely heard of it. Have you seen it, Jackson?
Yeah, this was the one I was saying earlier that I might want to recast some people and do a remake of this, because I love the film too, Sam. I think it's actually one of my favorite silent films, but I do think it could be reinterpreted to like have more story, more characters in it. But just the film experience, like the world building of it, is just like unprecedented. Like it's so good. Yeah.
Awesome. Glad you enjoyed it, Mike. Jackson. What about you, Mike?
I've never heard of it. Sorry, no.
No worries, Mike. Nigel?
I've heard of it. but I've never seen it. However, it is a damn fine Motorhead song, Metropolis.
I think I've heard that one, to be fair. I recognise the
Quite
title.
slow for them, actually.
Yeah. Awesome. Have we got Josh saying, might we watch Men Tonight, Sorry Night, one of A24's, I'm guessing that means strongest films?
Strangest.
Oh,
Strangest.
Strangest, okay.
Yeah.
You spelled shitter strong. Nobody can like it.
Josh likes it. I don't understand it, but you know, whatever works for you, Josh.
What I tell you what, I worry about what's in his fucking mind. If he likes that.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear that?
Oh,
Bit of windy pops. Because you keep talking about Menace giving me the shits.
Have we got Sam saying, Josh, I rewatched it last week?
Oh, wow.
Oh, behave yourself. Don't fucking encourage each other.
And we've also got Josh saying, what movie gives you brain rot? Movies which are so bad that it hurts your brain.
Fucking men! That was the easiest answer I've ever had to give.
Good answer, Nigel. And, wow, Bohemian Rhapsody, fair enough, Josh. Good choice. Nine Lives, that film is so shit. I absolutely hate that film with a passion. It's just so bad.
What film?
9 Lives. Kevin Spacey is a cat.
Live action cat.
You're shitting me.
No. So, I can't remember what happens, but something happens to him, and then his voice goes into a cat, and the cat becomes Kevin Spacey. It's so weird.
And do people like that film?
No, I don't think anyone likes that film.
Yeah.
I was going to say, thank God. I was just going to give you a piece of my mind there.
If anybody in the comments likes it, I'm very curious to hear. But
Fucking dare ever diss Jaws the Revenge again, if you like that.
Indeed. I've got to agree with that, Nigel, because
Jesus.
9 Lives is officially a load of shite.
He does love to win that.
I do.
I do have the, I've said this before, but I do have the Abel Ferrara film, 9 Lives of a Wet. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Another one. I haven't seen it
Oh,
yet.
I tell you what, there's some proper 70s bush in that bad boy.
But what about you, Jackson? What's the film that comes to mind for you?
Man, I agree, Jack.
The first one that came to mind was Suicide Squad 2016.
Oh yes, another stinker. Yeah.
I've never seen him with anything to fucking diss Marvel, and I'm there.
It's DC, this one.
Or DC, they're both as fucking shite as each other. Except the old 70s and 60s stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't. Suicide Squad doesn't deserve to be called a film. Like it's a series of images that play at 24 frames a second, but it's not. Nothing about it works. Like, yeah, it hurts my brain. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Selling point. Margot Robbie's in it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I agree. Not worth
She was in Once
watching.
Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is a far better film.
Yeah. And Wolf of Wall Street.
Still need to see that.
Oh, great film. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
But Mike, what's the film that springs to mind for you for this question?
Oh, it's got to be what was on about before, that old, by M. Night Shyamalan. It was awful.
Love it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Have we got Sam saying he's got a soft spot for You Got Mail with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, hoping it'll get a Blu-ray release? I still need to see that actually, but I've heard it's a really good film, to be fair. Have you seen it before, Jackson?
No, never really gotten around to that.
No worries. What about you, Mike?
I've heard of it. I've heard that one, yeah, but I've just not got around to it, yeah.
No worries, Mike. Nigel?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it because, quite frankly, I don't give a fuck about it.
Fair enough.
I meant to say frankly there, not flankly. That's men giving me more brain rot.
Indeed. Have we got Josh saying about time, 500 Days of Summer, spectacular now, after you rom-coms I adore. Yeah, love those films.
Of course you do. All films I've never fucking heard of.
And we've got Sam saying, Nigel, great Sex Pistols vinyl collection video, mate. I look forward to the next part.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. I was going to say that was just the first part as well.
I must admit, I'm very looking forward to watching this video because, if you know me quite well, I am a big Sex Pistols fan.
Well, I thought I'll do Never Mind the Bollocks first. That'll be about a 20, 25-minute video. No, it's an hour.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to go on that long, so I do apologise if anybody gets bored who likes the Pistols but wanted to watch it.
Oh, I don't think I could get bored. Bored? I mean, bored, to be honest. I don't know what that means, but yeah. And we got Josh saying Denise Richards and Neve Campbell are enough to make a grown man cry. Beautiful shite right there.
I don't think cry would be what I would have phrased that as, but
No, he would change the word cry to wank.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm sure Josh has done on numerous occasions.
Maybe.
Ooh. Oh, I'm on top with me pumps tonight.
And we got Josh also saying, got a new microphone today so I can finally make videos that don't sound like a donkey's arsehole. Hell yes.
Your videos sound good, Josh. I don't know what you're on about.
But glad you got it though, Josh. Awesome stuff, mate.
How strange that popped up just after I'd farted.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. Have we got Slipknot fans saying, question, have you guys seen any of the subspecies movies made by Full Moon Pictures? Never heard of them. Jackson?
Never fancied them.
Never heard of them either. Is it related to the Species movies?
Don't know.
I was thinking of that then.
Yeah.
Or am I thinking of Species? I think I'm thinking of Species, but
I have no idea.
Subspecies.
I've seen the first Species movie, which I didn't really like it that much, but no, I haven't seen Subspecies.
No, I haven't either.
No.
I've seen Species, but I've not seen Subspecies. Never heard of it.
No, I think that's all of us there, to be fair. But do we final comment of the night and wrap it up? And we got Sam saying favourite Alfred Hitchcock film. Great question there, Sam. I think I've only seen 2 of these films, but out of the 2 I've seen Psycho and Vertigo. I think I'm going to go Vertigo. I absolutely adore Psycho. I think it's incredible, but Vertigo really blew me away. Honestly, thought it was perfect. There was nothing I would change about it. Just such a great film. Really, really liked that one. And it's probably one of the best 4K transfers that I've ever seen. So if you like a film, definitely get it on 4K. Yeah. What about you, Jackson?
I've only seen 3 as well. Or you said you've seen 2. I've seen 3. But I have Vertigo back here. I haven't seen it yet, though. So I'll go with Psycho for now. I really adore Psycho.
Awesome. Good choice there, Jackson. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, Psycho all the way, 100%.
Awesome. Great choice. And Nigel?
I think I've only seen 3 of them myself, to be honest. But yeah, Psycho for me is my favourite one. Yeah. Followed very closely second by Frenzy.
Okay.
And then the other one I've got on Blu-ray in 3D, which is an amazing film as well. It's an old one, Dial M for Murder.
Oh, I need to watch that one. I've heard that's really good.
Yeah,
it's one of those films. It's not like massively, like things jumping out 3D, but it's just so nice to watch it in 3D because it's got like more depth than anything else.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was just gonna mention real quick. I another one I really love is Notorious. That's a pretty underrated one. It's like kind of infiltrating the Nazis in South America. A really cool thriller plot. Yeah.
I need to see more Hitchcock films.
So do I.
But Rear Window was good.
I've never even seen that one. I've heard good things about it though.
Yeah,
Vertigo, never seen Vertigo. or the birds. But
I need to see Birds as well. Yeah, a lot of Hitchcock I need to watch as well. But yeah, that'll do for tonight's stream, everyone. Again, thank you all so much for your amazing comments. Really do appreciate it. I'm sorry to some of the comments that I did not get to tonight, but we got quite a fair few of them. So yeah, it was great answering all your questions, and of course, thank you all so much for contributing. Really do appreciate it, and thank you guys for joining me tonight. Really appreciate that as well.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
yeah, I've had a ball. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
No worries.
thank you.
It's been really fun tonight. I've really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, definitely. And we all know what we do before we end.
Oh God. Never mind grinning in the corner. Get your arms behind your back just because you're in the fucking States. You're not excused.
Okay.
But before we do that, bye everyone. Take care. Have a good weekend.
Ta-ta.
1, 2, 3. Shite.